GEORGIO ASMR.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Giorgio, your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, and I'm back with another WandaVision review for you all. And I have to be honest with you all, this may be my last one because I don't know if people are as interested in, this show, or at least on my channel in particular. But I will say that, episode 5, it definitely picks up where episode 4 left off, where we found out more about Monica Rambeau and her and Sword's tie-in with Wanda. And who let's be honest, Wanda is Scarlet Witch in the Marvel comics and stuff. And so basically in this episode we found out more about this weird world that Wanda has created for her and Vision, where they have their own kids, which mysteriously their kids grow, they get older, like they grow taller and stuff, and like whenever something happens or something they can think it. And so at the beginning of this episode, we got this Full House kind of vibes going on. Like they literally recreated Full House in this different version of the world in Westview, which is in New York or New Jersey. And so not only one of the kids then got older, but they got they recreated Full House, but it's called, you might as well call it WandaVision House, because they recreated the intro and everything. And I thought that was just funny as hell. Like I really do love the whole nostalgic factor with that. And so basically, this episode right here, we find out that, Sword, they're finding out more things about Wanda's origin. And basically, we start hearing more about what happened with the Avengers fight with Ultron and Thanos, with the Infinity Stones, and how Wanda basically got her powers that way. And also they mentioned that, she was an enemy of the Avengers, at least according to this particular story. I'm pretty sure that, there's some comic book fans like these still, they might be able to tell me more and more about this, about, Scarlet Witch or Wanda's history in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the Marvel Comics. But basically, Wanda was an enemy of the Avengers, but eventually they saw that that she had some good, or she saw that, hey, maybe these people aren't my enemies. And they even mentioned Captain Marvel briefly in this particular episode. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So the current world outside of the little world that Wanda had created in Westview, this is pretty much, I guess, after the events of them fighting Thanos and the big war that they had. And the fact that they mentioned they mentioned Avengers, they mentioned Captain Marvel briefly. I wonder, is we're gonna see Captain Marvel in this show? I know a lot of people probably don't want to see that because a lot of people don't too much like Captain Marvel. Even in the comics, people don't like her. But we're starting to find out more about Wanda, and basically she's basically trying to control everything in this world that she created in Westview, and she doesn't want anyone to interfere with that. And so Sword, they began to put more pieces together with this story, and now they're trying to get through to Wanda. They're trying to figure out why she's doing this, like what's the deal. And Monica Rambeau, they showed her during the show, we're doing this episode, she was trying to talk sense into Wanda, but Wanda was not having it. And just like that, with her power, she was able to turn the guns around on all the guards and stuff when they was all outside and everything. And that was just pretty darn crazy, should I say. And so this is all coming together. So apparently Wanda is actually she's not necessarily the hero right now. She's more so, I guess a vigilante would be the word to call it. I wouldn't say that she's a villain because she hasn't killed anybody. But as you go back to like the part where it's like the TV show in her world, Vision, he's starting to figure out. He's starting to see this dark side of Wanda as well, because he's starting to notice that there's no other kids, in the neighborhood that they're in. It's only a certain amount of people there. And then, even at his job, he started hearing these voices from Sword. So it's like they're trying to get through to Vision so that they can try to get through to Wanda. But it's not always easy. And of course, Vision, he's using his powers to figure out everything that's going on, because it seems like Wanda has wiped his memory out. So now he's starting to try to remember what's going on. How did he end up in this alternate world? And it's definitely seeing like, he's starting to catch on to what's going on. And just when that happens, towards the end of the episode, we saw like Wanda's brother Pietro, who I guess we thought was dead, but apparently he's not. He's came back to life. Looks like maybe she magically wished him back to life, because she was telling her kids that when their dog died, that you can't like reverse death, even though she can. I think it'll probably have some negative effects on the world and the universe or whatever. So basically, towards the end of the episode, we saw Wanda's brother, and then he was wondering, who is this guy? So apparently Wanda's brother doesn't even know who Vision is. So I don't know if that's because maybe Wanda hasn't met Vision at the time of when her brother was alive, or maybe she wiped that part of his memory away from her own brother. Who knows? But the story is definitely starting to get very, very interesting, and I'm curious to see what happens next on this show. And also, you can't have one of them WandaVision episodes without one of those commercials. And I was hoping that they was gonna do those again, and they did. They had this kind of soap commercial, basically how it was in the 80s or whatever, the late 80s, with the little soap commercial. I mean, not the soap commercial, but the paper towel commercial. What am I talking about? But nonetheless, I thought that was funny with the paper towel commercial. But anyways, overall, I thought that it was a really decent episode. We're starting to know more now, and that's a good thing. Again, if you all want to see more of this on the channel, let me know. But if not, that's cool. It was fun talking about this show while we could. And I'm excited to bring you on more cool things on this channel in the days and weeks ahead. So anyways, I look forward to whoever comments on here, and I will talk to you there. Until next time, anyways, you all be safe and have a blessed one. Peace out.